reason I'm making this video is for homeschool people. The big problem with homeschool is you're probably going to try to run it the same way your child went to school, and that's a huge mistake. First of all, because the school is making a huge mistake. Why is the school style wrong? Well, we've known for all my lifetime, and I'm in my 70s, that the straight rows and quiet rooms doesn't work very well. That's a rather military approach, and it all sounds great, but only 3% of the children do well in that system, which means 97% don't, and that probably includes you. If you remember your school years, you're probably going to remember that there was a lot of it you didn't like. We have a tendency to remember all the good stuff when we have memories, but there are those others also. So I have a new method for doing it. It's a very, very old method used for a long time. We've all known it. All of us who went to teacher school learned something like this, and here's the way it goes. At the beginning of class, you tell your children that you're going to use a half an hour or an hour, whatever your time is for that class, and you say, by the way, if you finish early and we don't use the whole half hour or hour, I'm going to give you the remaining time for yourself as your reward for doing well. Your reward can be look at your phone, look out the window, draw, sing, have some fun, play video, look at your phone. You can make a list of a zillion things to do, and I'm going to include a list on my website, which is www.goodmath.net. I have no sales on that website, by the way, but it does have a full explanation of what I'm trying to do here in just 4 minutes. So why do we do this method? Well, the method gets the children's cooperation. They understand there's an immediate reward, and that is you're going to stop, and they get to do what they want to do. So you can tell them, the reason we do this is we're trying to make you smarter, and at the end of my class you'll be smarter. And we're trying to make you nicer, which means we're going to treat you nicely, and we hope you treat us nicely back. Now, why is it that regular school doesn't do this, that they insist on straight rows and quiet rooms? Well, a new teacher comes out of college having the knowledge of new methods and techniques of instruction, but they run into a principal who says they want the room quiet. They want straight rows. And the new teacher does not have tenure and has to go for 3 years of this under the instruction of the principal, keeping their eye on them every minute to see if they're going to get tenure. So the new teacher gets stomped into the ground by old stuff, and they're stuck with it. Now, why would a teacher do this? It's to protect their position. They want things quiet. They want everything to look nice. Haven't we seen that in politics and everything else? So, ignore that. And the principals, by the way, try to keep the boards of education happy. Those are the people who run your schools, not the teachers. If the teachers had their say, things would be very different. Anyway, the principals and the boards like things quiet so they can stay in their position, keep on making their money, and everything sounds lovely for the neighborhood. Of course, we know it isn't. Now then, second thing, do not give homework. There is no relation between homework and achievement. When you want to know what the child is doing, the next time you have that class, you review what you did last time for a few minutes and make sure they got it. If they don't, you go over it. Now then, all of this is spelled out in the website www.goodmath.net. There are no sales. I have nothing to do here except support parents and students and teachers. Send me a message, send me an email, complain, suggest, do anything you want, but please don't run your homeschool the way they run regular school, because it's liable to drive you nuts the way teachers get driven nuts. Have a nice day. Take care of your children.